What's going on YouTube? It's your boy. In this video we'll be talking about the Graph, Refinance API free, mxdawodu, as well as some other coins as well that I'm bullish on. The news, as always, if you're just here for Refinance, go towards the end of the video and have a blast, and don't forget to smash the like button. Alright, let's get into the video.
Hey yo, I'm focused. Cash me out in London speaking Polish. Having money on my mind and having money in my pocket. Bone marrow roasted, spread it on the rosemary bread, lightly toasted. Drizzle with the vinaigrette, stuffed Dutchess and it's pulling like a cigarette.
But first of all, looking at the news, we can see that PayPal wants to get into the CBDC sector, which is interesting to see. PayPal, they do have, I believe it's around 300 million users, so they would be able to cast a wide net and sort of accelerate the crypto mass adoption, which is just what we need. But obviously the CBDCs, they're still under construction and they're yet to be perfected. I think China at the moment, they are ahead of the pack, but Europe is working on it and I believe America is working on it as well. But the company has laid out its vision basically on its Investors Day on Thursday, and it said that they want their digital wallets to be able to distribute their CBDCs to customers across all income levels basically. So if you think about how many digital wallets we're going to have in the next 2 or 3 to 5 years, there's a perfect complement to central banks and governments to distribute those digitalized forms of currency. He said this guy is a very smart guy. So it's not just PayPal, we've seen MasterCard as well also wanting to get into the currency payments as well, Amazon as well. So this all, in my opinion, came off the back of Elon Musk sort of saying, or buying $1.5 of Bitcoin, and then also saying that they're going to accept Bitcoin. In other news, Microsoft have partnered with Engine, and that I believe has led the price to sort of go up in the last 6 to 10 hours or so. They are celebrating women in science, and they're doing that with a Minecraft NFT. So going forward, that partnership for Microsoft is a very, very bullish sign for Engine coin. At the moment, the market cap for Engine is still fairly small in comparison to other cryptocurrencies. It's around $500 million or so. So just to get to $1 billion, get to the big boy table, it would have to double or so. So yeah, definitely gains to be had there. The last bit of news we'll be talking about is Andrew Yang saying that if he was mayor, he would transform New York into a hub for crypto basically, which is the progressive forward thinking you want to be seeing. To a lot of these traditional people, traditional economists, I'm sure they are still a bit skeptical about Bitcoin, but once you understand cryptocurrency, then so I believe your outlook will change. You'll stop taking it for granted. But yeah, at the moment, if you don't know, in New York you need a bit license, and they only give that out to selective people, so it really makes it hard for cryptocurrency companies to actually operate in New York. So they tend to move to other states which have more lenient rules. So you can see currently, based off of this tweet, which pretty much summarizes the whole situation, is that you have to pay for the license, then you have to pay environmental, income, corporate, real estate and sales tax, which is just crazy. I thought the UK was bad, but yeah, that is just, it is too much, man, in my opinion. Like, you need to sort of allow innovation to occur and let the industry grow, as opposed to sort of regulating it out of existence, in my opinion. Anyway, a coin I bought recently was AVAX. So this coin, $3.7 billion market cap. I believe it is just having its first leg up. If we take a quick look at the charts before diving into some of the other coins, it has gone a bit parabolic. You can see here, I believe it launched so it launched last year sometime, right? Yeah, around September. It's just had a huge consolidation phase, and then it just went absolutely crazy starting from around January, right? Yeah, literally from the 1st of January it just started to go crazy. But what patterns have we noticed? We've seen after consolidation phase that it's just absolutely surged. In my opinion, there's around 3 consolidation phases: the first one, the second, and now we are having the third after being rejected at the $60 level. I believe we could potentially go to the $70 mark, or sorry, the $90 mark after this consolidation phase, this would be in the next leg up of the market. So I believe that hitting $90 is definitely on the cards for this coin, as it is another Fibonacci extension level, and we could be potentially forming a bull flag. But have this on your radar, guys. As I mentioned, Engine Coin, if we quickly have a look at Engine Coin, see what it's doing. So around 10 hours ago, let's just say 12 for round number's sake, this coin, or this news was released. So let's go back 3 candles, so 1, 2, 3. So I guess it seems that this news was already priced in, or the pump is yet to happen, because at the moment we're consolidating. Hard to say, but that partnership with Microsoft is a good sign for Engine Coin, and overall this is looking quite bullish, to be honest, setting higher highs consistently and higher lows as well. And yeah, just if you are holding this coin, then if you can earn some yield on it by staking. So the main coin of the day is the Graph. So as previously mentioned in my other videos and on my Twitter as well, I bought the Graph around here, 86 cents or so, within this trading range. My first target was 126, then after that $2. Now it's gone all the way up to $3 basically, or just shy of $3. The end of this Fibonacci extension target sequence would be around $3.20 or so. From there, I've set up a new Fibonacci extension from the swing high being roughly here to the swing low of this move basically. But this is just for the next couple months or so, so we don't need to pay too much attention to it now. But I would expect for once we hit these levels, for there to be some form of retracement, and I would expect it to be within the golden pocket. So I would expect the following, not to say that this is guaranteed to happen, but for us to come down and start trading within probably this range before then having the next leg up, because the market needs to reset. It's a bit overextended at the moment. If we have a look at the RSI, the RSI is very, very high. You can see here the prior peaks, it's nowhere in comparison. So this does need to reset a bit and then come back down before we could see the next sort of price levels, which could get quite exciting really. I personally do believe this coin could hit $10. That's only a 3x from here. That's not that far, considering that we're just probably over halfway during the cycle. There's definitely more room for growth. Other coins that we're going to be talking about as well is API free. So I have mentioned this on my channel. I did say that we were in a bullish divergence. Go back and check. This would be the point of the breakout, yada yada yada. But if you were looking to get in, then if we go to the lower time frames, you would want to wait for us to come and retest these previous highs. So I would say around the $6.3 level. Maybe we come down a bit lower than that, but generally after breaking out, price tends to come back down and test the previous resistance as support before having the next leg up. And I could see this pumping continuously for the next couple of weeks or so. If we look at the MACD, the 6-hour MACD, we can see here there's a lot of room for upside, and we previously topped out at around these levels here, the 0.63 or so. So just from where we are now, both in terms of the RSI and the MACD, there's further room for growth. So do bear that in mind. The market cap for API free is still fairly small in my opinion. Currently sitting at around $140 million. And if we were to compare that to Chainlink, which is another oracle, let's just say we want this project to hit, let's say 10% of Chainlink's market share or market cap. That would mean this project would have to go to 1 billion. So from where we currently are to 1 billion, that's roughly a 10x, more or less. Let's say a 9x to get to 1 billion. And bearing in mind, this is a moving target. I believe the valuation of Chainlink will continue to increase in the future. So that would just be sort of step one target one for this project, in my opinion, if you are invested into it. Another coin I've been talking about as well is Parsec. So at the moment, Parsec seems to be breaking out of its consolidation phase. However, I've said that in the past and it didn't really last. But in terms of the indicators, it just screams consolidation to me. The RSIs are neither going up nor down, it's just scrambling. And I do believe a breakout is imminent, much like what we saw in this phase here. And I know I keep on repeating myself, but it's because it's true, in my opinion. After every consolidation phase, there has been a breakout. And considering that we are in a bullish trend for most of the timeframes, if not all of the timeframes, setting higher lows, it just makes sense to me that this is just the second step and we will see more stairs. Looking at the MACD, the RSI, histogram bars are getting smaller and weaker. RSI is going upwards, seeing a double bottom. Just look at it, it's beautiful. As I'm speaking now, it's pumping. But we are seeing some resistance at these previous levels, so possibly people bought thinking it's going to break out, and maybe they're selling when we get to these levels. That is a logical explanation of what's going on in the price of Parsec. But again, this market cap is still very, very small. I'm not going to go over what Parsec is in this video. You guys will need to do some independent research. But yeah, market cap's even smaller than API 3 actually. And yeah, projects like these with under 200 million market cap is where exponential gains are yet to be had. If you do want to save fees, Uniswap is very, very expensive, especially for the average investor. With gas prices currently being at around 160 gwei, which is meant to be low for the weekend, even though it's Friday, but you get what I mean. These prices are only going to increase. We've seen prices of 200 gwei plus. So if you do want to save fees, then try to use Hotbit exchange. So this exchange, with this exchange, it's a bit different. You can only do limit orders, so you would need to look up how that works. But they have a lot of ERC20 tokens, and you wouldn't have to be paying ridiculous fees in order to trade. You get the same exposure to these assets that you would if you were trading on Uniswap, just lesser fees. And it is a bit tricky because you can't market buy, you have to limit buy. But like I said, do some additional research, guys. Other projects that I'm eyeing up are AVAX and mxdawodu, like I've said. So mxdawodu, it seems to be on the breakout. I had previously made this video, but I couldn't upload it, so I need to do it again. But what I was saying was this was a large consolidation phase, and now we are breaking to the upside. We are testing the previous resistances as support, and currently we are breaking out above the previous resistance here. Yeah, what we'd hope to see is that the price breaks above it and then it comes back down to retest it, much like it did in these situations and these price levels, before then going up and, you know, setting newer higher lows, higher highs, etc., and going to achieve what the project wants to achieve. This project is still very, very small, the market cap being at around 50 million or so. So it is a Polkadot ecosystem project, and yeah, that leads on to what I wanted to talk about. So currently with refinance, I sort of predicted that we would top out here, consolidate sideways. You can go back and check. We'd consolidate sideways and then go on to test higher levels. We have had quite a big pump from these lower levels at the moment. This coin is still very, very brand new. But why I think we are in a very, very healthy position at the moment is because, yes, we sort of did get rejected from the 0.618 Fibonacci extension level at around 6.5 cents. But currently, as I'm talking about this coin, we are testing this previous resistance as support, and this is on the daily chart. So that's, you know, the higher the time frame, the more significant it is. Obviously, it's still very, very early to call, but as I'm speaking now, this dip is getting bought up, so people are eyeing this fib level, and you know, they want to buy it. This is a 100x gem in my opinion, and whether it goes down to you know, 0.007 cent, I honestly don't care. on this initial pump here, I did actually remove half of my capital, so now I just have a free bag. And if you haven't done that already, potentially you could do that. If it is to go lower than your entry price, then you could add to your position if you wanted to. But yeah, this coin, it's a good long-term hold, really. What else is there to say? They've had several partnerships just in the last week or so. I'm very, very bullish on Reef. We've had YouTubers talking about it, and the project isn't even live yet. So yeah, just keep your eyes out. And I know it's not too in depth at the moment. There's not much news to really go over for Reef in particular, but I will keep you guys updated as much as I can. But the main important thing is that we continue to sort of trend upwards and set higher lows. That's the main thing. So if you did want to find coins that you believe are going to pop, what you need to do is you need to go to coingecko.com and then you need to click on .ecosystem. So in the last bull run, Ethereum was the new kid on the blockchain, and there have been thousands coins launched on that. Pretty much the whole of DeFi is based on Ethereum. Now Polkadot, it was created by the person who co-founded Ethereum, so he has seen the flaws and the benefits of Ethereum, and he sort of tried to project and create a better version of Ethereum, with the number one benefit being lesser fees and more transactions on chain. So before that ecosystem emerges, you want to look into the Polkadot ecosystem and have a look at what projects are still small. And in comparison to Ethereum, Polkadot is still very, very small itself, being at less than 10x of where Ethereum is, just from the top of my head. But yeah, you want to have a look into the Polkadot ecosystem, have a look at coins that are very, very small in market cap. And the strategy basically is to just buy and hold. You need to find a good project, something that's DeFi, like for example Acropolis, maybe Mantra DAO, maybe Reef Network, very, very small market cap, probably less than 5 million or so. Yeah, and you just want to buy it and hold it, guys. That tends to be the best strategy with crypto. As more money flows into this, your bags will increase and you can take some risk off the table by possibly taking out your initial investment once these have increased. But you do need to bear in mind that because these market caps are very, very small, the risk is very, very high. Another coin to look out for as well is Bridge Mutual. The insurance narrative has been huge, and yeah, I don't see this coin going under anytime soon. So do bear that in mind. But that's pretty much been the video, guys. I hope you've learned something. I hope I've brought you value. If you have, smash the like button, hit subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you soon. Bye.